watching Afternoon Live. If you are a known people pleaser, the holidays can be an especially overwhelming time. Here with tips to help you stop seeking approval for everything you do, we welcome back neuroscientist Dr. Nicole Tetreault. It's so good to see you, and oh my gosh, good timing, because a lot of us are already feeling it.
Hi, Hannah. I know we're already feeling that pressure of people pleasing that kind of is our muscle that we just go to.
So you have some kind of warning signs of things to look out for that you may identify as a people pleaser, beginning with it's just really hard to say no for a lot of us.
Exactly. Saying no, we want to make other people happy. It's kind of like you obsessively think about these conversations in your head. Does somebody like me? Did I upset them? And then it's like you're really hard on yourself because you can't do it all. And then also you could feel like you have to get it all done, like you can't trust other people to do things. And we're trained to kind of seek this external validation. So we want people to like us. And so saying no feels really hard.
Right. And then the other side of it is sometimes you can excessively apologize for something that doesn't really even require an I'm sorry, but you just feel so guilty.
Yeah, if you can't meet somebody's needs, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I can't do this for you. And so we get into these loops where we're kind of talking ourselves into doing things that are at expense to ourselves and not feeling right.
Yeah, that's what's hard too, right? Sometimes we inconvenience ourselves to make somebody else either feel better or meet a need that they've asked for, but then at the end of the day, that doesn't really serve us.
Right. Like that's a classic people pleaser go to is that you put other people's needs before yours before you even check in what's good for you. And so you end up feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. And ultimately, you kind of break at some point because you know you can't meet everybody else's needs. The only person's needs you can meet are your own. And in that, it's hard enough.
Sure. And then some of the reasons why, in terms of what's underlying all of this, I mean, we just want to be liked, right? That's kind of the baseline of this whole thing.
That's kind of the socialization. Like, we want people to like us. We don't want to have conflicts. So if we say yes, people will like us or we think they will. We learned in these environments this adaptive way to do things to where we put other people's needs before our own. And it's not to say that we shouldn't help people, but it could be to a point where it can harm us because we could end up not be sleeping and be up all night thinking about how we need to help somebody else. And we're kind of brainwashed into these sort of things. We
Yeah.
could sometimes in our environments too, like get bullied into it, where we feel like we're forced to say yes. I'm the youngest of five kids, so it was always kind of like, go do this, go do that. And I was like, okay, okay, okay. Without paying attention to like, no, I don't want to do that.
Right. A lot of people have to unlearn a lot of these things that we don't realize have formed over time. So you have some ideas for us to counteract this and being able to maybe say no every once in a while. It's not a bad word.
No, no is not a bad word and it's a complete sentence. And I think that's a really big deal is like when we could say no. And sometimes saying no is really hard for us. So we can also, what I think is really important, offer ourselves a way that we can pause. You're getting that phone call like, hey, can you do this? And one thing that I try to do to allow myself is to put that pause and say, hey, let me get back to you. I'm not sure just yet. Give me some time. And if you give yourself time, then you're able to recognize, like, am I doing this out of an automatic behavior for people pleasing, or is it something I really want to do?
And do you have to make it, you have to make yourself be okay with not everybody just being thrilled with your answer every time? You have to make peace with that, right?
Yeah, you have to be at peace with people kind of being like meh about you. That's a really hard one because
Yeah.
we so want to be liked. I mean, it's so hard where and the reality is you could be going crazy trying to please everybody and still people are going to be kind of meh about you. So you might as well do what you want to do.
Right, and find those ways that you can please yourself and fill up your own cup so that you're more available to your loved ones when they are in need.
Exactly. Allowing yourself to do those things that, I kind of put this on myself, especially during the holidays, is writing a list of things that are nurturing to me. And then at least doing one of those every single day. If it's like taking a walk for a half an hour, sitting, in the bedroom with the door closed for 10 minutes of silence, whatever it is, but allowing yourself to take care of yourself. And some people like to do self-care rituals. So whatever it is, do that so then you can be available and feel healthy and strong to help other people.
That's a great place to start. Thank you so much. It was so nice to see you.
So nice to see you, and don't get caught in the loophole
I know.
of people pleasing.
I'll make my list right now. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.